We all know the names of today's tech titans. Their every tweet moves markets. Their every vacation is documented by paparazzi. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, they are the face of new money. But while the world is distracted by the flashy wealth of Silicon Valley, a much older, quieter, and arguably more powerful group of families has been pulling the strings of the American economy for centuries. These are the old money dynasties. They didn't just get rich, they stayed rich. They survived the Great Depression, 2 world wars, and the rise of the internet. They don't have millions of followers on Instagram, but they own the banks that hold your money, the companies that grow your food, and the industries that fuel your car. In this deep dive, we are pulling back the velvet curtain on the 10 richest old money families in America. From the gunpowder mills of the 1800s to the retail empires of today, this is the story of how a few select bloodlines conquered a continent and kept their grip on power for over 200 years. We begin with the quintessential definition of American aristocracy. Their saga is over 2 centuries long, woven into the very fabric of the United States. It started in 1802. Eleuthère Irénée Dupont, a French immigrant and chemist, noticed that American gunpowder was of terrible quality. He saw an opening. He established a gunpowder mill on the banks of the Brandywine River in Delaware. His timing was perfect. The young nation was expanding, and the War of 1812 made the DuPont Company the primary supplier to the U.S. military. But gunpowder was just the beginning. The DuPonts realized that to survive, they had to innovate. They pivoted into chemicals and materials that redefined modern life. Think about your daily life. Nylon, Teflon, Kevlar, neoprene. These were all DuPont inventions. The legacy and scandal. For generations, they maintained control by marrying cousins and keeping the boardrooms filled with family members. At one point, their enterprises employed 10% of Delaware's population. However, wealth this old comes with shadows. The family faced massive legal battles over Forever Chemicals, PFOA, and the haunting 1996 murder committed by heir John DuPont. Today, while they no longer run the daily operations, their multi-billion-dollar trusts continue to influence the American industrial landscape. If the DuPonts built their empire on what America needed, the Hearsts built theirs on what America wanted: gossip, news, and entertainment. The visionary. William Randolph Hearst was a man so larger than life that he inspired the cinematic masterpiece Citizen Kane. In 1887, he took over the San Francisco Examiner and pioneered yellow journalism. He didn't just report the news, he manufactured it. The power. Hearst wielded his media empire like a weapon. Historians argue his sensationalist headlines practically forced the U.S. into the Spanish-American War. At his peak, he owned dozens of newspapers, magazines like Cosmopolitan and Harper's Bazaar, and radio stations. Modern day. Despite nearly going bankrupt during the Great Depression, the family adapted. Today, Hearst Communications is a private, multi-billion-dollar giant with massive stakes in ESPN and cable networks. They prove that controlling the narrative is the ultimate form of long-term wealth. Go look under your kitchen sink. You will likely see the handiwork of the S.C. Johnson family. The start. In 1886, Samuel Curtis Johnson started a parquet flooring company. When customers asked how to care for their floors, he created a wax. The wax eventually became more popular than the floors. The empire. For 5 generations, a Johnson has led the company. They own household staples like Windex, Glade, Pledge, and Ziploc. Unlike many dynasties, they've largely avoided public scandal, focusing on a reputation for corporate ethics. With a net worth of roughly $39 billion, they remain a quiet but dominant force in Racine, Wisconsin, proving that household essentials are the most stable foundation for a dynasty. The Pritzkers represent the entrepreneurial brilliance of the 20th century. The growth. The sons of a Ukrainian Jewish immigrant, J. Robert and Donald Pritzker, built an empire out of Chicago. J. Pritzker's eureka moment came in 1957 when he bought a busy motel called Hyatt House at LAX. The crisis. They used Hyatt profits to buy industrial companies under the Marmon Group. However, the family's unity shattered after Jay's death. In 2002, a massive lawsuit led by the younger generation forced the family to split their $15 billion empire into 11 parts. Today, the Pritzkers are still billionaires, but they are also political titans, most notably Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Which family's story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the secrets of the world's elite, don't forget to subscribe.